It's priceless.
You know, whoever's listening to this right now needs to hear it, because what you have done is you have just filled a void in someone's life, because people listen and they're on the cusp of saying, what I got to say, no one wants to hear. What I got to write, no one wants to read. What I want to draw, no one. Or just trying to get out of bed and just deal with day-to-day life. You know, no one cares. You know, what do you say to that person? That's right there. They just turned on the radio, they're listening to it, or they're watching on YouTube, whichever one. What do you say to that person?
Baby, get up and do it. Because everything that comes in life to stop you, to delay you, to hold you down, if it didn't kill you, it's going to make you stronger. So if you can survive it, if you're given the gift of another day, another breath, then whatever was stopping you yesterday, even I don't think what I have to say is important. Get you a journal and write one word in it.
This is Dr. Rodney Duckett with the Lively Art of Conversation, where we live, we learn, we earn, my goodness, and we pass it along. Tune in and listen to us every Sunday from 7:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. as we give you our story with the Lively Art of Conversation. It's your boy, Dr. Rodney Duckett, and I'm here with the Lively Art of Conversation. This is the place where we live, we learn, we earn, and we pass it along. Thank you guys for tuning in once again. Really means a lot to me. I like to thank everybody that has been greeting me out on the streets. This goes all the way back to Miss Lavina. I had some people tell me that they noticed something different about Miss Lavina. They noticed that she has a incredible laugh. You know, they never seen her laugh before. So I told Miss Lavina that, and Miss Lavina just started laughing. So for all you guys to know, yes, Miss Lavina does laugh, okay? Yeah, she's kind of got a little goofy laugh, you know, but don't tell her I said that, because she won't give me any of that macaroni and cheese. So, but thank you guys for tuning in once again. Lively Art of Conversation. Like I always do, I want to give a shout out to my underwriters, and we'll be right back.
This is Lavina Sabri with So Natural Catering and Bomb A Lemonade, and you're listening to the Lively Art of Conversation.
Hello. This is Rodney Duckett with the Lively Art of Conversation. As we live, we learn, we earn, and we pass that wisdom along. Join us every Sunday from 7:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. as we bring to you our story. You bring your story, we give you our story, and our story is how we engage in our community. Everybody has a story, and we're waiting to hear your story. So if you're interested, reach out to us at livelyartofconversation@gmail.com.
Looking to elevate your brand or capture unforgettable moments? New Image Media offers top-tier videography, photography, personal branding, and more. They combine creativity and quality with fair pricing and friendly service, so you get the results you want. Whether it's a business promo or special occasion, they bring your vision to life with quality you can trust. Choose New Image Media, where your image is everything. For more info, email media@newimagemiallc.com. Words have power. They connect, heal, and inspire. That's the mission at Better Watch Your Tone, LLC, founded by Toni B. Shelton. She's empowering through powerful poetry and prose, with hundreds impacted through speaking events, workshops, and 8 self-published books. Ready to honor the story within? Discover books and coaching at betterwatchyourtone.com. For event poetry or book writing support, email ToniShelton@gmail.com. Let's use our words to uplift. Better watch your tone. You've built a life worth celebrating. Now it's time to be seen. At Las Foto de Lance Photography, they don't just take portraits, they capture the fire in your spirit and the power in your presence. Whether you're reclaiming your confidence, owning your story, or stepping into a new chapter, Las Foto de Lance Photography creates luxury images that reflect the real you. Visit lasfotodelance.net or drop by their Harker Heights studio. Las Foto de Lance Photography, unapologetically you, immortalized.
Hello, this is Dr. Rodney Duckett with the Heritage Legacy Curators. You're looking for something for your kids to do this summer? Well, reach out to me at Impact Outreach, IMPAC Outreach at gmail.com, because Heritage Legacy Curators is all about collecting oral history. So if you have stories that you would love to pass down to your kids, or if you have a project that maybe your kids need to do as it relates to oral history, bring those family albums out and we'll sit there and we'll sort through those family albums. So that way we can collect those stories and keep those stories within the family. So that way they can be the next speakers to curate your family reunion. Hey, we're back with the lively art of conversation. Thank you to my underwriters. Better Watch Your Tone, Lavina, So Natural Organic Catering, New Image Media, Lance Photography. I really appreciate you guys just doing what you're doing every week, sponsoring me, supporting me, making this thing possible. This is you guys' show. It's not my show. It's your show. And what I want to do is just bring back that positive energy. I want to bring back that vibe to create a new tribe of people so that way we can live together and grow together. And this is what this is all about. But you know what I do every week is I have a moment where I do a quote. But I start off with a word to focus on. Then I do a quote, and then I give you guys a question. And I do that because I just want you guys to walk away with something to focus on for the week. Or just have a table conversation with people that you love in the house, or spark conversation. And the best place to spark conversation is at the dinner table in your home. But I'm going to do it a little bit differently today because, like I said before, when I got greatness around me, I'm never going to try to compete with it. So today, you're going to get a word, a quote, and a thought-provoking question by the person that I highly respect and admire more than life itself. I mean, she is a dope poet. One of my favorite poets, okay? Really, one of my favorite poets, okay? And she's just so daggone pretty. She's just so daggone pretty. And when she says my name, Dr. Rodney Duckett, it just brings like hair in the back of my head, just kind of stands up every now and then. All right, now I'm flirting with her on air. Y'all be like, leave that woman alone. Leave her alone, boy, act your age. But, boy, she brings like a little childhood type flirtatious out of me. But she is someone that I really respect. She means a lot to me. Ladies and gentlemen, you know her by Kas. But I know her by Kas Poetess, the greatest female poet of all time. Kas.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I'm just hyping it up. Just that nerdy schoolboy with a crush on you.
I'm okay with that. I'm a nerd by heart too. So yes.
Oh.
So let me give you this quote here. She reminded me of why I write, because there's something in my words powerful enough to save a life. So think about that. Have your words saved you? Is what you think and what you have to say so important that you can let go of the naysayers? If it's important, it means something to you, write it, share it. Use the power of your voice.
Whoa. Yeah, I ain't going to be able to ever top that one. I might have to retire from my quotes of it. That is powerful. She came out. Yes.
It's easy to quote myself. So
please give us an explanation. What?
So yeah, that quote is actually from a poem called She Reminded Me that was inspired by a young lady that came up to me after one of my poetry performances on a day that I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to be there. I was over it. I'm like, I'm just showing up to get my check and go home. And I don't even remember what I shared, but when I was done, I came off stage and there was this young lady about 15 years old with tears in her eyes, and she just was in awe. And I'm a mama. So as soon as I seen a baby come up to me, cry, who did it? Who am I fighting? What's going on? Let me get this baby a hug. And she was just like, your words were so powerful. The way that you spoke was so eloquent. Like, I have all these thoughts and I wish that I was strong enough to get them out like you. And I was like, reminder of what you're doing. She reminded me of why I write, because there's something in your words powerful enough to save a life. And that baby was going through something, and I gave her encouragement that I didn't even know she needed. And to be honest, poetry has given me the encouragement and power through a lot of things that have actually saved my life. So
I hope you guys got your journals out. I hope you wrote that down. Okay, really Can you say that one more time for the people that's looking for a pen and paper right now? Go get it. She's about to say it one more time.
Here, you ready?
I'm ready.
You got your pen?
I think they do.
Okay, here we go. She reminded me of why I write, because there's something in my words powerful enough to save a life.
What's your question you want to leave with them?
Is what you have to say important? Like, if it was important enough for you to think of it and it meant something to do to you, what's stopping you from sharing that?
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Kas Poetess. I don't know if we're supposed to end the show right now or what we're supposed to do.
Well, let me get out of here. No, okay.
But that was powerful. That was powerful. Listen, let's start off with a flashpoint. Let's start off with a little intro.
Okay.
I know you personally, and you're an amazing poet.
Thank you.
And I truly do, when I say I do adore you, I really do, because you've always been so supportive of me. You're kind of like Shake. Anything that I've asked you to do, you've been able to do it unless there was family first,
yes,
type thing going on. And I really do appreciate that. And I try my best to respect you and love you and admire you for just being the incredible person that you are. So that is my love for you. But tell us a little bit about you that people just don't know. Let's get to Flashpoint.
Oh. Well, first of all, I love you back. You are one of the few people that if you call, I'm just going to come,
Yes,
because there's that mutual respect. And about me, I'm Kas Poetess. I'm a poet, spoken word artist, visual artist, art teacher, art therapy, host. I cater a little bit. I'm a little bit of a jack of all trades.
Yes.
I'm a true believer in art in all of its forms. All of it can be therapeutic and healing. So I'm a lover and a student of it forever.
Yeah, I forgot she can cook too. I keep forgetting she can cook. I try not to eat her food because I'm trying to keep this relationship platonic. That girl can cook though. I mean, she can throw down. So
well, mama from East Texas, so she made sure I can cook a plate.
Man, her foot ain't in it. That thigh meat is in it. And anybody know when I say thigh meat, what I'm talking about. So
Okay.
hey, so how did you get here in Central Texas? I know you're from East Texas. How did you get here to Central Texas? Tell me a little bit more about your life.
Yeah, so actually my mother's family is from East Texas. I was born and raised in Waco, Texas. So
Okay.
I wasn't too far up the street. I moved down here in 20 something. I can't remember if it was like 05 or 15. I just know I've been here I'm thinking it's 05. Ended a relationship and my mother and sister were already down here. So, when things fall apart, you go back to your mama. And that's where I did. I came down here to be closer to family. And I came down here and actually was introduced to another family. I found my poetry family down here and fell in love and haven't left ever since.
So tell me that first time that you sat down and wrote something. That first intimate moment when you said, dang, that was good.
I have been writing since I was a child.
Oh, my goodness.
I was always like creative. I was always that artsy little nerdy student, like academic decathlon and GT student and getting bussed off campus to go do nerdy UIL competitions and things. And in the summer times, I always went back to East Texas and spent the summers with my grandmother and like 10 cousins. And while all other cousins wanted to run around and play outside and play in the red clay dirt, my granny always made sure that she had a fresh journal for me and fresh pens and pencils, because she was like, I know you go through a lot of stuff, and a lot of times in our families, things happen and they're unspoken, or they're not heard, but my granny knew I had something to say. So she always made sure that I had a way to express myself. So it went from doodling to writing, and it just so happened that my thoughts came out in rhyme. So I've probably been a poet since I was like 8, 9. Yeah.
Goodness. So a white canvas is your best friend.
Oh, God, yes.
Goodness. Because it's not the fact that you write poetry or a spoken word artist, you're literally an artist, a drawer, a painter. You like do it all. You're full circle.
Yes.
Yeah. So talk to me about that.
Like I literally, we we just had a field trip that we had to go and do at a school down here, and we had to like sketch out something on these new canvases for the students to go in and paint as their end of the year tribute to the school. And I'm the weirdo that's unwrapping these canvases, and I'm like, am I weird because it smells so good? Like I was sniffing this canvas in the wood, and I was like, it's like Palo Santo. And I'm just like, I'm glad I work with the people that I work with because it's not weird to them. Like I sniff canvases and I get excited. I am excited by a fresh sketchbook and a newly sharpened pencil because it's like getting a new gift. Like I don't want to say new weapon because I'm a lover, not a fighter. But it's like, you know, if you are a fighter, maybe military, I don't know, because I'm a civilian, you get a shiny new gun, fresh pack of bullets, you might be like, ooh, target practice.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like to me. It was like, what can I create with this? It's this blank canvas, and I never know where it's going to go, but I'm always excited to see what comes out.
You know, I years ago, this is years ago, I dated a painter, artist, and she was so mesmerized. You know, she would wake up in the middle of the night and turn on the lights and just start painting. We had a studio, so that meant that all the lights were on at all the time, and we'll paint, and we'll get into this frenzy and paint for like 16 hours.
Did you learn to just shut up and sit there and let it happen?
Just let it happen. You know, the first couple of times we argued, like, turn those lights off. No, I can't. I'm in my creative mode right now. You know, so, but I grew so fascinated with her because she could be so focused and dedicated on one thing, and that just becomes her whole world. Like she can't take a break from it until it's done. Yeah. So I don't think I've ever had that niche with me, you know, but I find that artists are very fascinating because the creativity that you pull out from your imagination, if it's writing a word or if it's painting, is amazing.
Yes, if you get that calling, and we a lot of times say the golden hour, and we'll say it through whether you're looking at it in terms of spirituality or creativity. Don't be surprised if between like 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. the ancestors get you up. Because we have this message and we need you to receive it. So I have several nights been awakened, and I'm trying so hard because I got to be up at like 5. I'm going to sleep through this. No. So I learned to like have a notebook, a sketch pad, and my phone right beside me. Wow. So if it's 2-3 o'clock in the morning and I get that message, whether it's sketch down the main points of a dream so I can go process it tomorrow, or if it's some words, and I'm blind, so if I don't feel like finding my glasses, I will pick up my phone and Google Notes, record it, at least a couple of bars so I can come back to it. But when you get that inspiration and you're truly like an artist or creative in any form, if the spirits say get up and get this out, respectfully get up and get it out. You can come back and finish it later, but until you at least get the start of that process, that it's almost suffocating. Like if you're trying to hold it in, but it's like something is saying, breathe, give life to this. It's like trying to stop a woman in labor. Like, okay, don't have your contractions right now. I know the baby's supposed to be coming, but I know you're tired. Sit down. No. You got to give birth to it when you're told to. So,
I mean, to see the art form, like the infinite state of like when she would paint, you know, it didn't seem like much, but you know, she's up for 16 hours. You go to work. She sometimes doesn't want to show it to you. Sometimes she's frustrated with it. And then in a couple of weeks or whatever, you forget about it. And then she shows you. And it's like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, just amazing. Just absolutely amazing. You know, so I've always wished I had that ability to do something. I can't even draw a straight line. I really can't. I can't draw. But it's amazing because I do love art. I love art. I love all art, you know, more than anything else in the world. Being a historian, a degree in archaeology, anthropology, you know, I like to go and look at art. I like to study art. And it's just phenomenal that, you know, I'm in a city like Killeen, Texas, where there's abundance of like artists that's all around me. So we know that you're artists. We know you're spoken word
Yes.
artists, but you also have created books.
Yes.
So that's another art form. So let's talk about these books you created.
So yes, I am actually on my 6th published book. Yes. So let's see. That's 4 books of poetry. And this last one, Sketches from the Scribe, is actually a culmination of both my poetry and visual art mediums together. I am in one anthology that was collaborated by Andrea A. Moore. And I have a writing workshop book that focuses on writing with a purpose, learning to selfishly write first for self. So, yeah, 6.
Selfishly write first for
Self.
self. What does that mean?
That means for all of the people that were kind of in the same position that I was, because I run into people all the time at shows. It was like, oh, well, I write poetry, but I don't really think it's good enough to share. Or, oh, I've always wanted to write poetry, but I don't know where to start. Or I don't think what I have to say is important enough. Those are my people. Come here, baby. Let me help you. Like, I'm not the structured sin queen haiku. I can't do a haiku to save my life. I don't. Shout out to Christopher Michael, because I just know haiku death matches for me. But for the people who feel, and I can see it, you know, as I'm a big empathic person. I feel the feels all the time. So if I see someone, and you can look at somebody and know they have something to say. But it's this block. And I'm like, I've endured blocks my entire life when it comes to speaking up for myself or using my voice or thinking that my poetry or my words were good enough to be shared. So I'm like, this is what got me through it. And not, you know, what you do at the end of it is your business. But I'm going to teach you, hey, just put pen to paper. Just put pen to paper. I don't care if you're starting off doodling. I don't care. Just put it to paper and see what comes out. And sometimes it's going to be ugly and sometimes it's going to be pretty. Like, let's get out what you have to say first, even if it's just a thought here or there. And then we'll worry about structuring it. And then we'll worry about putting it together and making it sound pretty or leaving it ugly, because sometimes it just needs to be ugly.
Yeah. So I have worked with you numerous times behind stage. I've seen you. And there is a radiant appearance that you make before you go off stage. I go onto the stage, and it's amazing because, like, when you're on stage, I've had people, like just recently, Miss Ramona Clark, she was on here a few shows, and she's getting ready for the Juneteenth pageant, and she says, I need her. I need her. You know, and that's what people say to me. And I was like, I do too. So, but she, just the way that she said it, and they see this glow, this radiance that comes off of you when you're in your work. I mean, in your work, you know, because you embody your work. You know, like the whole Kas Poetess is a work, you know, and people love it. I mean, how does that make you feel? Like,
it makes me feel amazing. It makes me feel amazing because, you know, I love performing. I love connecting to people. It's kind of like my catering. And I forget the guy who came up with like the 5 love languages, but food needs to be added to that list. So it kind of is like poetry and my cooking are kind of like a hand in hand. I love serving someone a plate. I love feeding a soul. And then like knowing that I did that with love, and then to see the reciprocation of the love that comes back. So whether I'm making your plate or I'm doing a performance, and you know, I don't care if the venue is 2 or 200. If I see a connection is made, if I see a tear shed, if I see a smile or, you know, a laugh, if just to get that feedback and to know that it came from me, it came from something that I created, and I saw that connection and I saw that spark, it lights me up. So I really am glowing because I'm in my zone, I'm in my element. It's kind of like my superpower. So I'm powering up like every superhero movie, cartoon, anime you've seen. When they transform, put the little ring on, spin around, they glow, they sparkle, they shine, because, you know, they're walking in their purpose. And that's how I feel when I'm performing and presenting. So to see it connect and touch for people, I'm like, yeah. Happy dance.
This is Rodney Duckett with the Lively Art of Conversation, and we'll be right back. Hey, this is Dr. Rodney Duckett with the Lively Art of Conversation. We're back with the one, the only, the beautiful, the talented, the charming Miss Kas Poetess.
Hey.
And tell me, well, let me say this.
Okay.
Like when I watch poets or comedians, everybody has their different style or genre, if you want to say, that they pull from. There's some people that are very radical and political, and they make that statements, and you've got the love poets that they get up and do the love. You got the erotic poets, but like for you, and I don't know if I told you this before, you have this raw human emotion with yours. Like it's really, really raw, and I've seen you do characters within your actual poetry. Where did you get that from, or is that just you tapping into parts unknown?
That's kind of, okay. Most of my poetry, and I'll give the disclaimer, especially like if I'm performing somewhere new or I have an audience with mostly people who have not seen me. I always say there's always somebody that's going to talk about you. And there's nobody better to talk about me than myself.
Ooh.
So I have a tendency, most of my work is either something that I have gone through personally, or I've seen it around me, whether it's groups that I've worked with or friends or situations that I've been in close proximity to, because I feel like it's easier for me to create and develop a story when I have the insight and knowledge of it. Like I'm not a political person. I'm not that political poet. Yes, there are things that rub me the wrong way, and you may get a slightly political piece out of me, but it's going to go back to the emotions behind what that action made me feel. Or, I'm definitely not an erotic poet. Shout out to y'all, but I don't like getting followed to my car. When I have made the attempts to do that, you would not believe some of the things that came along with it. So I stopped. So just like from that raw emotion, and I consider myself a mental health advocate, and like domestic violence and women and children's abuse advocate. So like I said, the things that I've gone through personally are the things that I've seen affect the people closest to me. I found a lot of times those voices get silenced or pushed under the rug, or they're not heard, or you're a victim so long you feel like nobody's going to listen to you anyway, so why say something? And I'm like, I've been there. So even if you don't have the strength to say it yet, I'm going to say something. And maybe it's going to resonate with you. Maybe it's going to give you a little courage. Like I remember I performed in Austin one time at this women's kind of halfway house. And there was a lady in attendance. It was just like a group activity night for them. But there was a lady in attendance who was a victim of domestic and sexual assault. And they had her husband up on trial like 4 times. And all she needed to do was kind of come and testify to get him charged and convicted. And she would never go. She listened to me. They called me. She went the next day to his hearing and finally testified. So it's things like that. Like, I know there's all these other things going on in the world, and there's someone who's going to speak in all of those different avenues, but I feel like this is my niche. I'm a heart. I'm an empath, and I've had my voice silenced. So for the people who have been forced to be quiet, I'm going to speak up, even if that makes me a sacrificial lamb. I'll make you laugh. I'll take you on a roller coaster. I'll entertain you all day, but you're going to feel some feels when you hear me, or even when you see my visual art. I want you to feel some feels.
So, what have you learned along the way? What has this artistic side of you have taught you about yourself?
That I'm stronger than what I thought.
Elaborate.
I've literally had situations in my life and relationships where I've had my voice literally beaten out of me. And I've had relationships to where all of my sketchbooks and like back when there were floppy drives, I've literally had all of my stuff set on a barbecue grill and I was drug out there by my hair and watch it be set on fire. And that taught me what I had to say was not important. My creativity was not important. It was not that good. It was blasphemous. It was nobody should be praising you, so it shunned me. So for a very long time, I was very quiet. I was very silent. I was very eyes down. If you get too close to somebody walking on the aisle in the grocery store, like if you're within 3 feet of me, I better be looking down so I'm not considered as flirting with you. Like I was shunned into being quiet and submissive. And then when I finally got the courage back to even just start writing for myself again, and then like I came down here and found the courage to get on the mic again. And once I got my notebook down from my face and I looked around and I saw little lights coming on, it's like I felt like a candle and I was just sparking little flames. And then the more that I did it, the more that I saw my candle was lighting more flames. And then it's like there's this beautiful glow. And it came from a voice and a creativity that I was told was not important, that wasn't good enough. And now I can see, and it's not like about getting booked and monetary things. Like the greatest value in it for me is you told me to be pretty and be silent, and that's all that I was good for. And now people are paying to hear what I have to say and look at this room light up. That's priceless.
Whoever's listening to this right now needs to hear it, because what you have done is you have just filled a void in someone's life, because people listen and they're on the cusp of saying, what I got to say, no one wants to hear. What I got to write, no one wants to read. What I want to draw, no one. Or just trying to get out of bed and just deal with day-to-day life. No one cares. What do you say to that person? That's right there. They just turned on the radio. They're listening to it, or they're watching on YouTube, whichever one. What do you say to that person?
Baby, get up and do it. Because everything that comes in life to stop you, to delay you, to hold you down, if it didn't kill you, it's gonna make you stronger. So if you can survive it, if you're given the gift of another day, another breath, then whatever was stopping you yesterday, even I don't think what I have to say is important. Get you a journal and write one word in it. You wrote something. That's a start. Get you a sketch pad. Get you a canvas from Dollar Tree and paint one swipe on it. You started it. You started your journey. Nobody's expecting at the beginning of your journey for you to be able to create a masterpiece. Like, you're allowed to be a work of art and a mess in the same breath. So just start. Don't worry about if it's going to be good enough for somebody else. Picasso's, all of his artwork started with one brushstroke.
Yes.
They weren't a masterpiece as soon as he started and snapped his fingers and it was done. And it's a process.
Yes.
But just start. If it's important to you, then just start, because it's worth it. Just that it was important. It's worth it.
And like for me, I'm not a poet, but I do write. So I do short stories and I do quotes and stuff like that. And that's been my therapy, because it has been therapy along the way, because a lot of times I might be writing for myself, or I might heard something that I said, oh, that sparks interest, or it might have been a word that turned into a quote and then later on the short story. I'm going to ask a silly question, so don't throw anything at me. But your art is your therapy, correct?
Oh, very much so.
Okay. And what did you learn along the way with your therapy and your art for you to make you this whole woman that I'm looking at?
That I am powerful, and that there is beauty in our pain, and there's power in our purpose. And even with like some of the peer group facilitating things that I've done, or with the art therapy that we do, through the school that I teach at, I love helping people to find that. Like I said, not everybody's comfortable about going and actually making a therapist appointment, sitting on someone's couch, getting a prescription. Like that may be something their family was against, or you feel weak for getting on pills or saying that you need help. But just something as simple as, like, if I teach creative journaling, and a lot of women think, oh, it has to be structured this way. I got to have a date. I got to have this point. I got to have, no. Pen and paper, scribble, let whatever's going to come out, comes out. And then once you're done, if you look at it and you're like, I can't believe I said that. This is the ugliest, most traumatic thing I've ever said. Okay, great. Let's tear it out. And we could either set it on fire, or you never have to see it again. You can keep it and share it with someone because you don't know if that's going to resonate with someone else. Or we can take it, shred it up, and use it to create something beautiful. Like, we can take these shreds of paper from your pain, mix it with some bird seed or flower seeds, and make a heart and plant it, and then you get to visually see something beautiful grow from your pain. So get it out. Don't choke on it. And that's therapeutic in itself. And then what we choose to do after it is more therapy. Burn it, tear it up, share it, or let's plant it, or turn it into paper mache and grow something creative and beautiful out of it.
You know, you brought me back to a time in my childhood when I loved to learn from the older men, and my uncle Johnny, God rest his soul, he used to always say, like, if you had a banana peel, or if you had an apple core, or pills from an orange, or whatever the case may be, he made sure that we didn't throw it in the trash can, because he said it wasn't trash. It was a vital resource. And then he would make compost out of it. And, you know, at the time, I didn't think it was, you know, a big thing. It would be compost. And then we would go grab cow manure, you know, which I thought was the silliest thing in the world. And he would make a statement, and I can't repeat it on the radio, but he said, you know, sometime life will throw poo-poo on you, but you still got to grow through it.
There you go.
Yeah, so, and that's what I'm kind of getting from the statement that you just made. So that's powerful. So what would you like the wisdom that you've gained from all of this wisdom that's kind of composite into Kas Poetess? I mean, because I put out a post not too long ago of you have to become a walking affirmation. You know, a lot of times people just use affirmations. Okay, this is an affirmation I'm going to run with today, but they don't embody that affirmation. But I notice people like yourself or Shake, you guys are like walking affirmations, because what you guys spit is what you guys are. You know, so when I see you, I'm guaranteed to get that big old smile, that nice warm hug, and that how you doing, you know, from it, because that's the affirmations that you always bring to me. I mean, so for you being the wise poet woman that you are, you know, drop us some of those nuggets and those seeds.
I am glad that I'm received in that way, and I would, like I say, love to go through life and light up everybody's candle and see the whole room sparkling. But I will say, honestly, in all of that, I still have to study my affirmations. I still have Post-its on my mirror that I still have problems, like, struggling to say and believe in myself. So even though I present strong and confident, and I am, and I've embraced that, but I'm still human, and there are still days where I feel weak and I feel vulnerable, or I feel stupid for decisions that I've made or positions that I've ended up in. But I know that everything that has happened in my life, everything that's in my past, when people are like, oh, if you could get $10 million or go back in your past and change this, well, just give me the check. Because even though there's painful things in my past, or even though there's painful things that I'm still dealing with today, if it had not been for those experiences, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. I wouldn't be the mother that I am today. I wouldn't be this advocate that I am today. And yes, the main affirmation is just like, get up and do it. Like, whatever happened, don't let it stop you. It had to have happened. It had to have happened for a reason. Don't look for the blame or the fault off in it, but it happened. It was either a love, a lesson, or a blessing. Like, take it and it's for what it was and keep going. And then you learn every day. And if you have that posted up and it's like, I am beautiful, or I am worthy, even if you choke on it the first few times that you try to say it, keep it up there and make yourself say that every day until you can say it without it being forced, without you having to read it, without you actually feeling it, then take it down and put a new one up there and work on that.
So what I'm getting from what you're saying, it's okay to be a work in progress.
Oh, yes, I still am.
And that hits here because I've got to be a perfectionist with everything I freaking do. But I thank you for that because sometimes I don't think it's okay to be a work in progress.
It is. Yeah. You're human. See? I mean, you present God-like on stage when you call to the ancestors and everything at the beginning of all these programs. But, take some of that pressure off yourself. You're still a person at the end of the day. Reach for the stars, but be happy just to be among the clouds till you get there.
Yeah, you see Kas Poetess over here giving me some therapy on my own show.
You're welcome.
Okay.
You're welcome.
This is Rodney Duncan with the Lively Art of the Conversation. I'll be right back. I got to head to therapy real quick.
Words have power. They connect, heal, and inspire. That's the mission at Better Watch It Tone, LLC, founded by Toni B. Shelton. She's empowering through powerful poetry and prose with hundreds impacted through speaking events, workshops, and 8 self-published books. Ready to honor the story within? Discover books and coaching at betterwatchitone.com. For event poetry or book writing support, email ToniShelton@gmail.com. Let's use our words to uplift. Better watch your tone. You've built a life worth celebrating. Now it's time to be seen. At Las Foto de Lance Photography, they don't just take portraits, they capture the fire in your spirit and the power in your presence. Whether you're reclaiming your confidence, owning your story, or stepping into a new chapter, Las Foto de Lance Photography creates luxury images that reflect the real you. Visit lasfotodelance.net or drop by their Harker Heights studio. Las Foto de Lance Photography, unapologetically you, immortalized. Looking to elevate your brand or capture unforgettable moments? New Image Media offers top-tier videography, photography, personal branding, and more. They combine creativity and quality with fair pricing and friendly service so you get the results you want. Whether it's a business promo or special occasion, they bring your vision to life with quality you can trust. Choose New Image Media, where your image is everything. For more info, email media@newimagemiallc.com.
This is Dr. Rodney Duckett with the Heritage Legacy Curators. You're looking for something for your kids to do this summer? Well, reach out to me at Impact Outreach, IMPAC outreach@gmail.com, because Heritage Legacy Curators is all about collecting oral history. So if you have stories that you would love to pass down to your kids, or if you have a project that maybe your kids need to do as it relates to oral history, bring those family albums out and we'll sit there and we'll sort through those family albums, so that way we can collect those stories and keep those stories within the family, so that way they can be the next speakers to curate your family reunion. Hey, this is Rodney Duggan. We're back from the Lively Art of Conversation. I had my little therapy session here with Kas Poetess. For you guys out there, if you have a commercial, if you have a book, if you have an event, or if you have something that you want to talk about, hit me up at livelyartofconversation@gmail, so that way we can go ahead and get you guys in tune to what we're doing. Please reach out to me. Our shows are all pre-recorded, so you guys will know, so that way I can get you the information that you need to fill out when we get you on the show. So we're back with Kas Poetess. I had a lovely therapy session that's here. It's okay to be a work in progress. I'm going to try to embody that. People that know me personally know I'm a perfectionist, and boy, I take myself to the whipping pole all the time. Oh, I do. I really do. Yeah, but see, I'm with someone that I respect and admire, and she's telling me it's okay to be a work in progress. Yes. So I'm going to try to embody that, okay? So everybody out there that think I got to be on point all the time, I'm going to say, go see Kas Poetess, because I'm a work in progress, okay? That's what I am. I'm a work in progress, all right, everybody? So as we begin to kind of close it down here, what are some things that you would like to pass along to the next generation? And this could be anything that's near and dear on your heart, anything that just strikes you that, you know, as a community that we need to work on, you know.
I would say to a lot of our young people, women and men, boys and girls in this, realize that the greatest love that you can get is the love from yourself. Because I think a lot of us go through life seeking this external validation, whether it's because we feel like we didn't get it from mom or dad, or we feel like we didn't get it from this relationship. So we hop from person to person, or vice, or thing for thing, searching this external love to feel complete. Realize that you are whole and worthy on your own. If you choose to add someone else or an experience to that as a fulfillment or an enrichment, that's great. But realize you are the entree in itself. If you choose to add a side, that's great. But don't go out here looking for the other half of your steak when you a whole roast. You know, like, remember, I'm saying that now because I wish someone would have said that to like 16-year-old me.
Okay.
I'm an advocate for so many communities. And this world is so crazy. Like, for all of the voices that are being shut down or discredited and, you know, told you're not important, or you're a monstrosity, or, you know, you need to be erased, or your existence isn't valid. The same way that I said, like with your words, if you're still breathing, then you are purposed to be here for a reason. And no amount of hate, bigotry, and crooked laws should make you forget that there's love in yourself, and there's someone else out in this world who loves and needs you.
Yes.
So
I do believe that that you are a gift, and you were placed on this planet based off your gift, and your job is to release your gift to make the world better. So not to go, too scripture heavy or anything like that. I don't want to piss any of my theologians off, but I do believe, Genesis 1, chapter 1 and chapter 2 kind of lets us know that we got to do the work. And I like that job, work, because we all have work to do. And when you study history, Black history, or just any history that's out there, the one thing that I've always noticed, that you need all of these specific disciplines to create a civilization. So when you deal with art and poetry and authors and all that, that is a part of building a civilization, because that is the written word that is carried down from generations upon generations upon generations. Because I believe that the situations that we are in really don't change all that much. It's just how we ignore things, or how things are, we're being blinded by things.
Yes.
Yeah, so you care to feed into that?
I mean, I believe on that too. Keep doing the work. If you are purposed for it, you will know. If you have a passion for it, you will know. Keep fighting a good fight. Keep going, because, we're all here on a mission. We're all here for a purpose. So do your part that you were called to do, and don't let anybody stop you.
Goodness. So you want to say anything about any of your books? Is there anything that you would like to talk about as it relates to your books? Because you've got these bodies of work that's out here. And the body of works is something that I want everybody to be able to grab, because this is a pass along. So how does people get your books?
Almost all of my books can be purchased through the publisher lulu.com, LULU.com. You can just search for me in the author spotlight. I am an old school girl. I still have that pull up, it's in my trunk hustle. I normally always have products on me, whether it's my books or it's my visual art. You can also come and visit us at my place of employment, the Art Space of Central Texas at 103 Mountain Lion Road. We have the shops at the Art Space in there, so you can actually come in and get artwork and book and pottery from our in-house artists. So like stuff for myself, the owner, Amelia Raybroker, Lene Gilbert. So all of the things that we created are available for purchase in there. And, we're opening that up to feature more artwork and local products from local artists. And so, yeah, or you can follow me on all social media at Kas Poetess, KasPoetess, and reach out to me, whether you want book 1 all the way up through book 6, whether you want a print of my visual artwork. Hustle man, I got what you need. I will pull up, like.
And I haven't been there in a minute, so I'll have to refrequent that place, and because their art is very, very important, and you guys have specific classes. And
Oh,
things.
yeah.
I looked online, like there's a pottery class. So
It is a
art
great
class,
space. And, formerly it was known as Tap Tap Art Studios, where the focus was mainly on like our children's projects. Now that we've rebranded into the art space of Central Texas, our art program for our little ones is still there. But, we have 4 different studios in there now. So we do like stained glass, we do acrylic paintings, we have pottery that we do in-house, and we can cater all kind of custom projects. Like we have a lot of businesses that'll come in and do like their monthly team building or whatever. Instead of it just being a formal meeting, you're creating something. And, it's a whole experience. It's like a house for not just art, but for community. And, we believe in embracing and teaching about culture and intersectionality. So we're that place. We want you to walk in and feel comfortable at any level and sign up for a class, learn something. If you're not that artsy craftsy, go to the art cafe and do your little grab and go project. But if you want to sign up for a formal like pottery class or acrylic or oil painting class, you can do that too. And the space is so beautiful and homey. Like you can even rent out the spaces and do that. We have metaphysical markets, birthday parties, meetings, all kinds of stuff in there. And we love the challenge. Like I'm the social coordinator, so I'm loving coming there and give me a project and a theme and gotcha. Like,
I might have to look into that pottery class. Like, I think when I was in middle school, I made a coffee mug and I tried to give it to my mom, but water just kept pouring out.
Come on in there. We'll give you that whole ghost moment, oh, my love. So, yeah.
and I like the art. For me, I was taught how to make shoes when I was a young boy, and I've been to Chicago shoemaking school. I haven't made shoes in last couple of years, but
holding out on me. I need some new heels. Okay.
I can do that repairing those heels too.
Okay.
Yeah, I got some skills.
That's
there.
art.
Yeah,
That's art.
I got some skills. So, but again, if anybody wants to reach out to you, if anybody wants to learn how to write poetry, want to learn how to paint, or if anybody's just looking at you to become a mentor, how do they get in contact with you?
You can message me on my social media handles, or you can email me directly. The best email to reach me at is going to be Kasaundra at Tap Tap Art School. That's Kasaundra at taptapartschool.com. And I'll be able to go ahead and filter and get back to you. I give out that one because all of my other ones are so full of junk mail. Like that's the quickest one to get through to me on. Or you hit me up on social media at Kas Poetess, KasPoetess, or shoot me an email, and I'd love to touch base with you and see what we can do.
As we begin to close out, what's the one thing you'd like to leave this audience with? Because you have said a lot.
Is it too much? I'm sorry.
No, but it's all good stuff.
Okay.
Like I feel like I feel that I'm about ready to ooze out of the seams right now. So
it worked.
Yes. What is the one thing, the takeaway that you want this audience right now to take?
If I made you feel something, sorry, not sorry.
Ooh, my goodness. Unapologetic.
No. If you hear me or you see my art and it makes you cry, sorry, not sorry, you probably needed to shed those tears. If you see and it makes you smile or laugh out loud, sorry, not sorry, you're probably too uptight and you needed to let that out. So I am unapologetic about sharing emotions, and I want other people to be unapologetic about sharing and releasing and accepting and receiving.
I have one more thing, and I'm pretty sure someone is saying you need to ask this question.
Okay.
So you mentioned about battered women.
Mm-hmm.
Do you offer any programs with them as it relates to art or writing or anything like that?
I am always open and available to go anywhere and speak on these things.
Okay.
I don't offer anything directly myself, but I am always open to go out to different women's empowerment groups, to go out to different facilities, be it children's, teens, women, young men. I provide art therapy. I provide counseling. I am a survivor myself of both, childhood molestation, domestic violence, rape. So I don't have a problem. And I found a lot of time going into a lot of these facilities, it's hard for victims to sometimes open up to suits that come into the room and present like they want to help you, but you don't feel that connection versus someone who can come in and relate and not pass judgment, because I went through it too. I can just show you what it looks like on the other side, but I'm not ever going to preach down to you because I was in your shoes. So
you heard it here. This has been an emotional filled, lively art of conversation. Kas Poetess always giving us that good information, always keeping us full. I feel full right now.
Yay.
I'm busting out of the seams. This has been a wonderful show. Hey guys, join us next week. Okay, next week I bring the two giants together again. I bring Shake the Poet. I bring Kas Poetess. I put them together in one room. And, they can talk about who won what.
I'm going to win. I won. Okay.
Because Shake is still bitter.
I know he is.
He is bitter.
I know.
I had him here. He was bitter. He's like, yeah, by the way, she keeps talking about it. And she'll probably talk about it on the show, too.
Because I beat him. And he was my coach, and I beat him. Okay.
I mean, Shake be having these PTSD moments. I said, man, leave Kas alone.
It's all love.
No, I can't leave
It's
Kas
all
alone.
love.
She been talking about it ever since. So I was like, oh my goodness. But anyhow, I'll have these two back together again, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna be fighting over the mic as always. So join us every Sunday from 7:30 to 8:30 a.m. as you listen to the lively art of conversation, where we live, we learn, we earn. My goodness, we pass it along. See you next week.
Peace.
Peace. Blessings. Ashe.